Hello there.
This is where the fun begins.
There is a new exciting update on Taika Waititi's upcoming Star Wars film for fans of the franchise. Lucasfilm made lots of new announcements at Star Wars Celebration a couple of weeks ago. The biggest among them being the reveal of 3 new Star Wars movies, those of which that don't include Taika Waititi's Star Wars film. One will follow Rey as she rebuilds a new Jedi Order set 15 years after the events of The Rise of Skywalker. Another will be a massive culmination event from Dave Filoni focusing on the Mandoverse, and the third film will tell the story of the first Jedi ever to exist. However, with all those being said, and as exciting as all of those are, one project in particular is missing in action: Taika Waititi's long-adjusting Star Wars film. The last that we heard about Taika Waititi's Star Wars film is that he is still doing it, and that it is still in some type of active development. And so, unlike the other Star Wars films that had been announced side by side with his Star Wars film, such as Kevin Feige's Star Wars movie and Patty Jenkins' Rogue Squadron movie, those other two have now been kind of shelved and put out of action, and probably won't actually ever happen. A new report from Deadline.com offered an update on Taika Waititi's long-awaited Star Wars movie. According to the sources, the filmmaker remains quote-unquote very excited about the project, which is now set to begin filming in 2024 next year. So, that there being said, we can anticipate that pre-production can begin rather very soon. And for a long time, the rumor was also that Waititi's film was going to be the next Star Wars film. In fact, at one point in time, whispers had noted how production could begin as early as April or May of this year, which clearly haven't happened. And back in March earlier this year, when 2 Star Wars projects were revealed to be dead in the water, Variety claimed that Waititi's movie was still in development at Lucasfilm, as I had mentioned, that those other ones being Patty Jenkins' Rogue Squadron movie and Kevin Feige's reported apparent Star Wars movie. This here all being said, it is strange and it causes a mix in the water. If we're getting reports that Taika Waititi's Star Wars film is going to begin production and filming and everything like that next year, I think it lines up too close to when we're getting the reports of having the Rey Skywalker movie set 15 years after the events of The Rise of Skywalker, that there being Charmin Obed-Chinoy's Star Wars movie that's looking for a 2025 release later in the year. So there's really only one way that this can go, I think. Well, rather 2 ways to be fair. Either that we get Taika Waititi's Star Wars film earlier in the year of 2024, and that would get Charmin Obed-Chinoy's Star Wars film later in the year. Charmin Obed-Chinoy's Star Wars film is reported to come out later in the year of 2025, in December, so it does make sense that we could have the potential to still see Taika Waititi's Star Wars film come true and actually release earlier on the year. We saw this previously before with Solo and Episode 8, The Last Jedi, 2 Star Wars films that had released in the span of 6 months or so from one another. It is strange that if Taika Waititi's movie is set to start filming next year, why wasn't it formally announced at Star Wars Celebration and we didn't have any official announcement or confirmation on it? After all, it doesn't look like James Mangold's film about the first Jedi ever will be coming to theaters anytime soon, and if for anything, according to different reports, is that Star Wars film will be one of the last ones to come out of all of these new announcements, meaning that it does seem that Taika Waititi's project might easily debut before it. The biggest question, however, is what might Waititi's movie actually look like? What is it going to be about? That is something that we just don't know whatsoever. At the very least, it could be a safe guess that it will be separate from many of the other Skywalker plotlines and taking place away from the Skywalker saga. The director and writer probably wants as much free reign as possible. It's Taika Waititi. He's very creative. When it comes to figuring out his story, he wants it to be as free and as creative as he can possibly probably get. And at that, hopefully if he keeps his aggressive comedic tendencies to a responsible level, many fans took issue with his approach to Thor: Love and Thunder, so general audiences are likely to want to have more reign to take there, and to probably possibly have something that's, well, more serious in comparison to his last movie, Thor: Love and Thunder. This year all being said, if his movie is going to actually go into production and begin filming as these new rumors indicate from Deadline themselves, then we can anticipate anticipate to have his movie by 2025 or maybe even early 2026, although I am banking on it coming out early 2025 if for anything. I also want to factor in the idea that it just really depends and boils down to when it's going to begin production and filming next year. It could be at the very beginning of the year, January 1st, sure, then it will probably come out in 2025, but if it's on December 31st, then probably not. So let me know what you guys think about it in the comment section down below. What do you want to see with Taika Waititi's Star Wars film? We don't know anything into the regards of its plot details, aside from the fact that he wants it probably to be away from the Skywalker plotline, so what would you want to see with this overall movie, and when are you hoping it's going to be coming out? Let me know all of your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. I would love to hear what you guys all think, your initial reactions, and everything about this. And so until next time, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Thanks so much for watching today's video. Have a great one, guys. May the Force be with you as always. Peace out.